Happy Friday and welcome to your only conservative alternative at 4 p.m. Eastern, the Chris Salcedo Show on Newsmax. Here are the headlines trending across America. Putting America last. Joe Biden's illegal immigration crisis spiraling out of control, but he's too busy hiding from the press to care much about it. We discuss his latest moves aimed at further enabling illegal immigration into this country. And the Communist Chinese issuing new threats over the U.S. holding a trilateral summit with South Korea and Japan, what this means for world security, and growing fallout over the bombshell revelation that Joe Biden used fake names to discuss foreign dealings during his time as vice president. Former Florida Attorney General Pam Bondi joining me in mere moments to discuss the latest revelations in the Biden criminal probes. Also standing by, President of Project Sentinel Tony Shaffer and Deputy Military Representative to NATO General Blaine Holt. They will weigh in on the growing concerns over an American cabal appearing to be pushing America into a war while also making sure we can't win that war. But first, the Democrats have been making promises to minorities for years, from blacks to us Hispanics, from gays to trans. The promises are never kept. But as Mark Twain said, it's easier to fool someone than it is to convince them they've been fooled. Selfish politicians of both political parties, they're guilty of these lies. They pretend to be our friends. They pretend to have our best interests at heart, when in reality, they're only working for their own malign purposes and agendas. Fighting the fakes. That's our prescription for freedom in today's preamble. Some folks who really ooze fake, that fake label, they are these dishonest people or person who have a space on the X social media platform. They are known as Pastors for Texas Kids. They never identify who they are or which denomination they represent. I am convinced they are fakes. Just anti-freedom freaks who seek to have unfettered access to our children to push a cancerous anti-American ideology. I don't believe in censorship because I believe that if you give these left-wingers long enough, they'll eventually tell you who they are. And this anti-freedom group is no different. Here is a picture they posted of an unidentified alleged pastor allegedly carrying a sign that says, "I love GovEd. Education freedom is against my religion." I refuse to adopt their inaccurate bastardization of our English language. But did you hear that? They love GovEd. They love government. The bigger and more totalitarian, the better. What's missing from the picture is any mention of children or kids. To summarize, leftists love GovEd. Conservatives, parents, and teachers love our kids. If fakes like Pastors for Texas Kids exist in your state or in your social media circle, you should do everything you can to defeat their government-first approach. Our friends at Texas Scorecard, they have set their sights on folks they say are fakes, fake Republicans. As you may have been told, the GOP allegedly controls the majority in the Texas House. But Democrat policies and sensibilities are literally running the Texas House, as the left wing is given the power to kill common sense conservative measures. That got the Texas Scorecard to asking some questions.
It might also explain why a dozen politicians seem to be getting away with stealing Texas from the voters.
I think if you live in another state and you think about or you look at Texas, you're right. You assume that Texas is very conservative.
All too often we vote for somebody because we like them.
I think you have an entire structure of political organizations designed to pull the wool over their eyes to obfuscate issues.
These guys have helped the Democrats steal control of the Texas House of Representatives.
Okay, those guys call themselves Republicans. These alleged Republicans sided with the socialist minority to try and kill parental choice, adequate power supply in Texas, a Texas Border Patrol, and trying to end something called taxpayer-funded lobbying. But one of the most egregious and dangerous actions taken by these alleged Republicans in the State House was to kill a common-sense bill from the conservative Texas Senate that would have prevented America's enemies like Communist China, Mother Russia, and the #1 state sponsor of terrorism, Iran, from buying land in Texas. Intelligence experts have sounded the alarm, have told me that our enemies use purchased American land for spying and to compromise the U.S. food supply. Yet, in the name of Republicans in service to socialists in the Democrat Party, GOP leadership in the Texas House killed that bill, never allowing it to come up for a vote. Now that's a move worthy of America Last Democrats. And I, your liberty-loving Latino, am asking this question. Who else would do such a thing but a traitor to our nation? No matter who I ask, nobody will tell me why it's a good thing for our people to have enemy nations buying land in our country. Indeed, none of those Republicans who killed that bill on behalf of Democrats told anyone in Texas why they did it. Their slimy deceit tells me all I need to know. And while we're talking of those who put communist enemies first, we can't leave out discussion of Joe Biden. This guy took fake to a whole new level. House Oversight Chairman James Comer is demanding that the compromised National Archives produce the unredacted records featuring several pseudonyms that Joe Biden allegedly used during his time as vice president. According to documents on the verified Hunter Biden laptop from hell, Joe Biden used fake names: J.R.B. Ware, Robin Ware, and Robert Peters. That's right, good old President Bob Peters. Would a patriotic, transparent, and above-board vice president use an alias when discussing his son's activities in foreign countries like Ukraine? Not likely. But a fake patriot would. How many of you have thought you were buying a name brand, but instead you bought a fake? Fake cologne, fake handbag, or fake knockoff shoes. And now, if this has happened to you, you were likely angry and you felt ripped off, and indeed you were. So might I suggest you get some of that passion when confronted with fakes in our own government? Trust me, they are ripping you off in far more harmful ways.